unfortunately. But I think we need to look at it as owning things. So that's the way I look at it, and I think this is just like a correction, really, in a longer term bull market.
What are you buying right now? More gold or silver? Because of the gold silver ratio, are you just doing pure silver?
Yeah, I buy more silver when I can, gold once in a while. But I've also been putting currency, I don't want to say money, but fiat currency into the miners, which has been a bit frustrating. Mining gold and silver miners, I've been putting some money to work in shipping companies because I think we're still in a commodities bull market. Been putting some money in energy companies and even uranium now. And
Yeah.
yes, the value of the portfolio has come off quite a bit, unfortunately. But I think we need to look at it as owning things. So that's the way I look at it, and I think this is just like a correction, really, in a longer term bull market.
Well, now I just you can actually Google it. There's the whole world is Googling inflation more than any other time since 2004. That was the last time. Will people like now they're seeing inflation, they're seeing everything in the world collapse and catching fire with the economy and these policies. Do you think now is the time, Mario, people will just instinctively wake up to silver and gold and it's the almost the perfect time to get into precious metals?
I think it is, and even though I think any time is good to have precious
Mhm.
metals because it's just a nice, safe way to hold your savings. But if you look at the 1970s, in the first half of the 1970s, gold and silver did very well. I think silver went from just above $1 to $7 in the end of 74, beginning of 75. Gold went from 35 to 200. And then you had a couple of years there between 75 and 77 where gold and silver did nothing. Gold even dropped to almost back to 100.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, in 77, 78, they start picking up. And then in 79, they really took off. And I'm sure a lot of people who got out in maybe 75, 76, 77 because they were frustrated, they probably regretted not staying the course.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, and I also think that I don't know if you've seen Rafi Faber talk about the M2 quarterly growth of M2 in the US. It's actually negative now, which is actually deflation. So
Wow.
we've actually
That's
got
horrible.
deflation. Yeah, we got deflation of the money supply, and yet CPI is still rising at 8% or so. And these deflationary periods last very little because the Fed usually, because they usually create a major crash, a major crisis, and the Fed has to come in and pump the money supply again. So I think, and gold and silver, actually, gold is in the last 2.5 years, if you look at it, it's just going sideways. So it's
Mhm.
actually done quite well. It did rise quite sharply in 2020, and so did silver. But yeah, and the premiums as well show that the price that we see on the screens, the paper price, don't really have much link to reality, I would
Right.
say.